spending time today to just get in here and join us with just to find out a little bit more about our mission. And I have an amazing guest with me who has been a huge mentor to me, and just to sit back and watch her and learn from her, it's been amazing. But our speaker today is Reagan Dean. I actually went to high school with her. She was my senior, and her and my stepsister were were cheerleaders, and I got to hang out with them and have a ton of fun. So I would like to introduce her and take it away.
Well, I know you wanted me to talk about building your team.
Yeah.
I'd like to first open it up with the people that are on the phone. Like, what do you want me to talk more about team, or why to build a team, or what are you thinking?
I'm thinking more what our mission is, and then a little bit about the business, like what the business side of it is.
All right, perfect. So here, first of all, let me tell you guys a little bit about myself. I am Reagan Dean, and I have been with Juice Plus for 16 years, over 16 years. I can't even believe it went by like that. Came about this kind of accidentally. I had done 7 other direct sales experiences and wasn't really looking for another one. And so when I was first introduced to Juice Plus, I thought it was a vitamin. I get sick with vitamins. I don't know if anybody else gets sick with vitamins, but wasn't interested. And then I hurt my knee. I was in a ski accident. My 6-year-old's friend tripped me on my skis, blew my knee out right before a big bike race that I was in the best shape of my life for, and wasn't healing well. I was scarring in, and my brother said, look, you got to see what you're saying no to. So he drugged me to an in-home event, and I found out it was just food. That made sense to me, but really what happened, the truth is that I found out that I could get Juice Plus for free for my kids. And so I ordered it, and my husband and I kind of came by default. And so what happened was I did sign up because I knew how these things work, or so I thought it was one, but it wasn't. I signed up to be a team member thinking that, well, they'll leave me alone. And if I do like it, I may share it with somebody, and I might as well get paid for that. So what happened was we had great results from taking the product. My son used to go to the doctor every single month for tonsillitis, sinusitis, you name it. And my daughter was following suit. They were 6 and 9. And my son also was severely constipated since birth. So he started having a daily bowel movement, which was a big darn deal. And we started going only for well visits. So my husband's sinuses got way better, and I was back on my bike, and my girlfriends were saying, what the heck are you doing? And I'm like, why? And they're like, well, you're talking uphill, you're never winded, you're recovering better. And I'm like, I don't know. I think it might be this Juice Plus stuff. So they all ordered it from me, and that was kind of the beginning. And then I went to our national conference because I had forgotten by then that it was fruits and vegetables, most medically researched nutritional product in the world, that my kids were getting it for free, forgotten all of that. And I went to make sure that the company was legit. And that is where my passion for Juice Plus was born, because I came out of that event with a sick feeling in my stomach, like, oh God, now I got to tell people about this, because how do I not share what I know and feel good about it? So I came home and I just lined up all my girlfriends, and I said, look, I want you to hear about Juice Plus. I want your family to have the benefits. If you knew what I knew, you guys would want this. And they all did. And most of them joined my team. And 2 years later, I was at the top of the marketing plan, making a 6-figure income with full benefits package. So that was 16 years ago. Then I built my husband to national marketing director. Now we have several national marketing directors on our team. We have a huge team all over the world. And I'm so grateful that I get to be on this mission, because it's fun. And, you know, we get to help people. We get to work with people that are really ill, to Olympic athletes, and everywhere in between. And, you know, just to be able to have somebody feel better and know that you made a difference, maybe not only in their life, but maybe their children's life and their future children's life. I mean, it's a big deal what we do here. So I love our mission statement, which is inspiring healthy living around the world. And one of the things that my team is focused on right now is really focusing on that mission. I know that we're always looking for that competitive edge, and so you see somebody else going faster than you or whatever, and so you're looking for that secret sauce. I'm going to tell you right now, no matter what we do, it always comes down to something really, really simple, and that's talking to people and inviting them to look at Juice Plus for their nutrition needs, and also looking at our opportunity so that they can be a resource for other people. And that's kind of how I like to look at our mission, is that we're not really out here selling Juice Plus. Do we sell Juice Plus? Yes. But really, we're a resource to the information. Juice Plus does everything else for us. So it's, if we could just get out and share what we know about our products, the mission takes care of itself, right? Like, why wouldn't you want your friends and their family to be able to have this kind of benefit coming into their bodies? I mean, first of all, if you're a mom, I know for me, I was like, I want all the other moms and their kids on Juice Plus so my kids don't get sick. I want their kids to be healthy like my kids. So, it's kind of a no-brainer for me. And comparing that to some of my other experiences, Tara, I felt like I was selling all the time. I did some other vitamins companies, which I couldn't even take their products, which was really dumb. I did some, I did 2 skincare lines, and every time they came out with like a new catalog or new lipstick colors or whatever, you were constantly, hey, we got more. Here, I have had my same customers for 16 years. Not all, but almost all of my customers have been with me for 16 years. And all I do is let them know their Juice Plus is coming. If they're behind, we delay it. So most of them, usually, especially during the winter months, will speed that up a little bit, just because they now have learned that if they take a little extra during the winter, that they're more protected. So it's been great to not have to constantly be selling people. And that's really the beauty, is that residual income piece, is to be able to help people and get paid for it at the same time, right? So one of the things that I think gets in our way is us. Wouldn't you agree? Okay. We have a flight for life going over our house right now. Oh, sorry about that. So we get in our way, and we tend to make assumptions, and we tend to decide for people before we even ask them, which is so silly. And we decide, or they'll feel like we're pushy, or just because we care enough to ask. And we also decide that we're not a salesperson, and I don't know if I can be a leader, and I don't know why we do this, but we do. And every single person gets up in the morning, and subconsciously they ask themselves 2 questions. They ask themselves, am I good enough? And am I loved? Okay. So how you answer these 2 questions determines how you're going to drive your day every day, right? So if you're in a constant state of not feeling good enough, it's really going to be hard for you to move forward in anything. Success takes certainty, and you want to be answering this question with a positive response for yourself. And if you're constantly worried about what somebody's thinking about you and thinking they're going to think poorly of you, just because you care enough to ask them if they'd be interested in some information, you're also going to be answering your am I loved negatively for yourself. So, how about instead of focusing on me, right? Let's focus on our mission. And I like to tell my team, we all hold a light, right? So think of it as a torch or a flashlight or whatever you want to imagine. And where you shine that light is what's going to continue to expand. So, again, if you're doing that, I'm not good enough, they're thinking I'm pushy or whatever, you're shining it on yourself, right? How selfish, right? How about instead we flip that around and shine it out and go, who can I help? Who's next? And guess what? Not everybody's going to be interested. Oh, well, not everybody drinks coffee either. The waitress doesn't get upset, right? So, your job is to find the people that you can help and not worry about the ones that you can't. And you're going to find that along the way, you're going to also be planting some seeds, and they may grow later. I had a situation where I had a guy who, not very many people have poo-pooed me, a few. And I'd gone to a conference, come home, and I talked to this gentleman, and he totally poo-pooed me. Oh yeah, whatever. And I'm like, yeah, well, when you're ready, let me know. I just was like, it is what it is. So about a month later, I'm in Costco and I get a phone call and he says, where are you? I need that Juice Plus right now. I'm like, what is going on? He said, I just got diagnosed with cancer. So you never know, you know, and that man to this day takes his Juice Plus faithfully. It's been probably 13 years he's been on Juice Plus. So, you know, you never know. You never know what's going to happen, right? Mm-hmm. So, you know, our company's mission statement is so great, you know, inspiring healthy living around the world. That's what we get to do, you know, and I think if you can embrace that and choose to shine your light on that, then you're going to feel good enough and you're going to feel loved because you're out helping people, right?
Yes. Yep.
So, just put this call here. So, anyway, so I really do think that we need to be able to feel okay asking the right questions, right? So you do need to find some ways to open up that conversation, which I'll give you here in a minute. You need to care enough to listen to what their needs are, and then to also offer a solution without any attachments to that outcome, okay? Again, you just never know, right? But if you don't ask, you've already decided it's no. And Tara, I had this huge epiphany. You know, as you know, I played sports in high school, and I totally had I don't think I'm good enough, even though I probably shot more basketballs than most people in the summertime. And when I did shoot the ball, I usually made it, but I was so afraid of missing that I hardly ever shot the ball.
Yeah.
And I had this huge epiphany. We went to watch my stepdaughter play high school ball right after I started with Juice Plus, and she was a great little point guard, and she was driving down, and then she kept passing the ball off, even though she like straight layup. She could have just gone right up for the drive. And I stood up in the whole gym and yelled as loud as I could, if you don't shoot the ball, it'll never go in. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's how I treat my life, right? So you got to shoot the ball. I mean, it doesn't always go in. We know that, right? Yeah. So, you know, top sports people miss more than they ever make it, and they get paid a lot of money, and so will you, okay? So anyway, a lot of people are thinking, I don't know what to say, I don't know, whatever. I need to have all these personal growth seminars and spend all this money and read 1,000 books and do what she's doing. And I'm going to tell you right now, you have what it takes right now to be successful. So if you can keep it so sinking simple and just get out and share this gift we have and let other people share it with their circles of influence. If you do it simply, they can do it too, right?
Yes.
You're going to have a really beautiful team. And, you know, we all come with our own gifts. Some of us have more experience or tools, and some of us are still learning. That's okay. If you're moving forward, you're moving forward, right?
Yep.
So, you know, if you want to make a lot of money with Juice Plus, you're going to help a lot of people. And that is going to take you getting belly button to belly button, you know, ear to ear or eyeball to eyeball with somebody talking about Juice Plus, taking that for their nutrition needs, or about them being a resource. I mean, it's just the way it is. So, you know, it's so funny that we get so nervous because when we first get started, we're nervous, right? Because again, we're worried about what people think of us. But if it made sense to you, why wouldn't it make sense to everybody else, right?
Exactly. Yep. Yeah.
So let's give people a chance to decide for themselves. It's not personal, you guys. You know, just because they may not be ready, it's not about you. It's that they're not ready for the products, right? Or they're not ready to do something different. So anyway, so go out, shine your light for others, and just be thinking, who's next?
I love that. And it is simple. And the more simple we can be, the better.
Yeah.
Yep. I love that. Love that.
So anyway.
Good. Now what about, let's see, I'm trying to think of some questions that others might have. Actually, does anyone else have questions for Reagan? Anyone?
Okay, you guys have to talk to me, because if you want some verbiage, you're going to have to talk to me.
Elizabeth, do you have anything? She might be muted.
So if I could share some simple verbiage to open up that conversation, would you guys use it?
I would.
Anybody else?
I would.
Okay, awesome. All right, so I just used it on you. You all said yes, even if you're not talking to me. I know you said yes. And that's if I could, would you? Okay. Yep. So you're talking to somebody about, you're asking them about themselves, whatever, right? And maybe they are sharing that, their kids have been sick, or, maybe they're struggling with a health issue or whatever. If I had some information about something that could help you with that, would you be interested in knowing more? There you go. That has made me a lot of money. Okay.
Yes.
And say yes and say, look, it may or may not be for you. That's okay. But take a look at it. I think you're going to love it like me. Okay. So give them a little break with that.
Okay.
And then give them some information. And this is the other key, is that when you give information about our products or our franchise, you want to make sure that you say, look, so if I were to give you some information, would you take a look at it? Yeah, great. Look, I know you're going to have some questions. I'd love to hear what you think about it. Would you have some time to chat tomorrow or the next day? I've got some time, after the kids get home from school or whatever, right, at 3:00. And I'm going to set the appointment right now, because my calendar is where it's with me, right? We're going to put it in our calendar before I send them the information. Because otherwise what's going to happen is you're going to play chase, and you're going to call and they're not there, or they don't answer, or they ghost you, or you think they're ghosting you, which is probably what really is happening, is you're imagining that they're ghosting you. They might be busy. So if you call a couple of times, or you text a couple of times or whatever, you're probably not going to keep going. You're going to get all of that I'm not good enough, I'm not loved, coming back into yourself. So for me, I am not going to give somebody information unless I know they're interested enough for me to hear what they think of the information. I'm not going to waste my time.
Yeah.
Okay. So by me not wasting my time makes me also respect their time. Okay. Because I don't want to give information to somebody that is truly, truly, really not interested, and then be calling them constantly. Right.
Yes.
So, again, that's that confidence piece. And, we're all busy. Every single person is busy.
That's good.
Okay. So look, I know you're going to have some questions, or I think you might have some questions, and I'd love to hear what you thought of the information. Would you have some time to chat on the phone, not over text? Okay. On the phone in the next couple of days for a few minutes. That's the key. A few, or a brief chat. Okay. So they know it's not going to be a 2-hour sales pitch. Look, I'd love to talk to you for a few minutes on the phone. Would you have some time, Tuesday at 3 or Wednesday at 10 or whatever it is? Okay. Give them a couple choices.
Perfect.
Is that helpful?
Yes. Very. And can I just intervene on that?
Yeah.
How you helped me with the customer yesterday that was, she said she was going to cancel. She just, I don't remember exactly what the text said, but making that phone call and connecting with her and her hearing my voice changed the entire situation.
Told you.
So
yeah, she said she wasn't taking it.
Yes.
And what happened?
Well, she was having some stomach issues, I guess, and she thought it was Juice Plus anyway. But she's also going through, she thinks, some issues with gluten and dairy. I said, let's do the shred. So Monday, we're going to start the shred together and do the shred together. So I'm excited about that, actually, because all it took was me reaching out to her in person and talking to her. And she's going to do it with us. And we're going to do, eliminate sugar, gluten, dairy,
Perfect.
Coffee, all that out of her diet, and see if that makes a difference. So,
Perfect.
Yes.
It's that personal touch. And text is great for opening up a conversation, and so setting an appointment so you can get together live with somebody. But if you think you're going to do your business back and forth over text, even the younger generation, it is the kiss of death. and you'll get stuck and you'll start to feel bad because, you know, it's really easy for people to say no to a text. And people, you know, if I say to you, are you interested, before I even say in what you already want to say no in your brain, right?
Yeah.
I'm not interested in anything. I mean, it's a guarded thing that we do. We all do it. It's just human nature. So, you know, you've got to get on live with them so that they can hear your voice.
I like that.
Yeah. And curiosity always killed the cat, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want to talk to you about something. Give me a call. Or I want to talk to you about something. Do you have a few minutes to chat this afternoon?
That's good.
Fine. That's how somebody got me to my first wellness event. I said no for a year. And they said, what are you doing tonight? Curiosity. Oh, I'm thinking, oh, they want to go to dinner. I'm picking you up to see what you're saying no to. I'm like, oh, okay. And here I am. So.
I like that. I got to write that down.
The other thing is, this is, you know, when you're talking about somebody's health or their future, you know, opportunities, it's kind of like if you're texting, it'd be like if your husband asked you to marry him over text. I mean, this is important stuff. This isn't lipstick.
Yeah.
Okay. Not that, now here's the thing. When I said I had 7 other experiences, all of those were great companies. They were all products I still love. It just wasn't I didn't feel like I was doing something that was making a difference in the world. I was doing it for money. Here, I would have done it for free anyway. So
yeah.
it's different, right? And here we're doing something that really is changing lives. And obviously I love lipstick. So, but I don't feel like that's changing people's, you know, it wasn't for me. And I'm glad that there's people that do it, but
yeah,
it wasn't for me. I wanted to do something that was a little more important than that.
Yeah, that's good. That's amazing. Yeah.
So. Yeah, some companies out there are really just selling their business. They're really they're more interested in recruiting than they are really selling their products.
Yeah.
Not most, but many. And that's one thing I love about Juice Plus is 85% of the Juice Plus that goes out the door goes to customers.
Yeah.
That's flip flop of most other direct sales companies.
Yeah. And I love it because of the lives that are changed. If it wasn't doing anything I shouldn't say anything, but if I didn't feel like I was making an impact, I definitely would not be selling Juice Plus.
Yeah.
You know, I just wouldn't.
Well, it made sense for you because of your athleticism, and you can totally tell when you're in tune with that much, right?
Yes, exactly. Totally. Yep.
I know.
It fit. Perfect fit. Yes.
So, other girls, Kathy, Kayla, Elizabeth, any other questions from you guys at all?
No, I don't at this time.
Okay. I remember meeting you, Kathy, when I was, I think, probably in high school, briefly.
Well, and I haven't changed, and neither of you. How does that sound?
That's good. I like that. I'm not sure, but.
Yeah, and I'm a firm believer in Juice Plus. I'll say that much. I've been on it for 19 years.
That's great.
So I love it.
Amazing. So are you sharing it?
I haven't been doing that per se, but I do share because I love it. I mean, I tell people, oh, Juice Plus is why I'm really walking today. So
that's great. Well, share it more. But you know, some other people that also could use it and have some of the same things you had.
Right.
So are you willing to be a resource for those people?
It's like going to a good movie. If you hear, watch a good movie, you tell the neighbors.
That's right.
So, yep.
So, I related a lot when you were talking about being insecure about, already prejudging people. So I'm working through that for sure. And I've noticed that, older generations, they definitely want to be face to face and talk to on the phone and stuff. But like with the younger generation, I don't know if that works. Like they'll just avoid your phone calls and stuff.
So
You know what I mean? So I'm trying to bridge that gap between like, I do want to, I find it very important and I want it to be like, you know, talked about and stuff like that in person or, you know, over coffee or whatever the situation is. But I don't know if it's just like everyone is so used to like texting now and Facebook messaging and stuff like that. Like I've gotten into some like really deep conversations on that. And I don't know if it's necessarily bad, but I get what you're saying, like, because I need to break through some of that insecurity too. So
yeah, because for you, you're hiding behind that as well by talking to them over a text. So here's that you say that, but like the networking groups I go to are filled with young people. Why? Because they're craving getting together, and they love to go to events.
Yes.
So host more stuff.
Yeah, that's what I've noticed too, is like the events draw it. Like maybe not phone conversations like with these young moms. Like I know me especially, like if someone's calling me, I'll just avoid it because my kids are screaming right there, you know, or whatever the situation.
What if somebody texted you and said, I want to talk to you about something. When's a good time this afternoon?
Well, see, and that is one thing that I've had to work through and I'm still working through, because I've had someone that tried to sell me something like, I mean, it was years ago. It was like 10 years ago or something. But they were very like, it came across as kind of shady versus like, I'm getting curious. I was like, just tell me what's going on. But I'm a more direct person. So I was just like, so where am I going? And they were just like, well, just come check it out. It's like a leadership thing. And I was like, I thought it had to do with like church. So I brought my Bible and everything. And they were like, nope. And then just gave me like a sales pitch and they shared their stuff. So like, I'm trying to like work through my approach, but like also like not hide behind, like you said, not hide behind something, like step out, but find like my way of doing it too, you know?
So let me help you with this.
Yes.
I'm a really direct person to a fault sometimes, but for me, like when I said to them, hey, I want to talk to you about something or can we go for lunch? What is it? I want you to hear about Juice Plus.
Okay.
Okay. Why? Because if you knew what I knew, you would want this in there. And if it's for you, great.
Yeah.
If not, no hard feelings. But and what I said to them is I said, look, I will feel horrible if something were to happen to you or your kids and I didn't tell you about it.
For sure.
I want it off my chest. You can decide, and I'm not going to be hurt either way, but you need to know about this.
I like that. So
okay.
Kind of opening with a question that's like curiosity, not just throwing it out there right away, but then if they ask, obviously not like beating around the bush.
I don't wait for them to ask. I want to go to lunch with you because I want you to hear about Juice Plus.
Awesome. Okay.
I love that.
We're not going to, so here's the deal. If I'm kind of going, oh, I'm not sure when to put it in, there's this energy, whether you say, if you have the perfect game face, perfect voice, most communication is nonverbal.
Yes.
They know. They don't know why they know, but they're like, oh, there must be something to be hesitant about, and they're going to tell you no. But if you're like, look, I just want you to hear about it. I don't want to hear about it. May I ask why? Well, I already take something else. Well, gosh, if I could show you, why this is a little different than that, would you just take a look? If I could, would you, right? I just used that, right?
That's good.
So say, look, like I said, I just want to know, so, because I'm going to feel bad if you don't know. And I'll tell you what happened to me, you guys. I had somebody who was on my chicken list, and I made up all the reasons why not to talk to this person. And about a year later, I'm at an event, and it was Susan Silverstein, who is Centers for Advancement of Cancer Education. She used to come into Denver all the time. And I saw this person, and she came up and she said, how long have you known about Juice Plus? And I said, about a year. And she goes, why haven't you told me about it? Don't you know I have cancer? And I was like, oh my gosh, who did I make that all about?
You, yeah.
Myself, right? So how hard would it have been to me to say to her, look, and I didn't know she had cancer. You don't know what's going on with people. If I would have said, hey, I want you to hear about this, or want you to, I love doing events because if you set up two and say, look, doing a healthy happy hour, I want you to come, I want you to hear about this. right? You're not hiding behind some, oh, I'm not going to tell you what it is. I'm doing something Friday night or Saturday morning, which works better for you. You'll get a much better response rate because they have a choice, okay? If they can't come, that invitation to that event, invitations open up the conversations, okay? So if you invite and they can't come to either of those events, gosh, I'd hate for you to wait till the next one. Let's just go for coffee, you and me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So either way, you're able to get an appointment with that. Your goal is to get appointments with them so that you can get the information into their hands and let them decide for themselves. That's what we do over and over and over and over. And by the way, just because I'm a national marketing director and I've been doing this a long time, I still get nervous. I still get creative avoidance and like, oh, I'm afraid of what this person thinks. I still do it. The difference is I get over it and do it anyway. Yeah. Because I to go, okay, who you shining the light on? What if they have something? What if they need this? Find out. If you don't know, you don't. If you don't go, you don't know.
Well, and I feel like when you get people on your heart, there's a reason for that. Like if names pop in your head, it's like, okay, there's a reason for that. So I better do something about it for sure.
And that usually means somebody else is thinking about them too and is going to be say that for it. Yeah. Seriously.
Yep.
Yeah, you know what? Either they're in or they're out, whatever. I mean, to me, I feel like what happens and the reason why we start to worry a little bit is I feel like we call people and we're going to judge, are they going to buy or not? That's not it. You're sorting people. Are they interested in having a conversation or not?
Yeah.
Right? So don't skip that step. Would you like to hear about this basically, right? So I'd love to share this with you. If you're open, I'd love to share this with you. It's been amazing for me and my family, and I'll feel bad if you don't know about it. Could we get together? Could you come? I've got two fun things I'm doing at my house this week. Can you come to one of them? It's this day or this day. Now, if you set up one, I tell them all this, and set up one, and I'm like, if you set up one and they can't come, and then you set up another one, you're probably not going to call them again because now you're going to feel like you're being pushy. If you set up two, they'll usually plug into one, and then don't lose the opportunity if they can't come or the no-show. Mm-hmm. They can't come. Gosh, I'm so sorry. Let's have coffee, just you and me. Or, oh my gosh, I hope you're okay. We missed you last night. Would you like to get together and let's go for coffee? I'd hate for you to miss out on this information. Okay.
Perfect. Okay.
So, anything else? I hope that's helpful. You guys are on an awesome team. Tara's an awesome leader. She's been an awesome leader since she was a little tiny girl. She's always been the leader of her pack. And you guys are on such a great national marketing director team. I love Mick and Jenny Daly. And you guys just go out and do it. There's nothing that you can't do. And, you don't have to think far and wide. We have Zoom now. You can have a wellness event on Zoom with people all over the world. Mm-hmm. I had a Zoom event with a lady that was on my team. I couldn't go, but she was all the way up in the middle of Wyoming. I'm in Denver. And she had a whole house full of people. Somebody that was on an airplane attended, and two other people that were somewhere in northern Colorado. And it was great. It was just like I was in the room just about. And I'd say, carry me over to so-and-so. I want to talk to her, and she'd carry the iPad over. So, yeah.
That's great. I love it. That's one thing that I'd like to do more with my team is have more events. I love events. I think it's so much fun. So,
yeah.
Yes.
And they're not all, you're going to have some that nobody shows up. Oh, well.
Yeah. Yep.
You'll learn something. I always call those learning events, right?
Yep.
And sometimes it's just a bad night. You don't need to beat yourself up. It's okay.
Yeah.
One person comes, that might be your next national marketing director. You don't cancel.
Yep.
Or that person might have I've usually had it be where if one person comes and the rest didn't show up or couldn't come, it's usually somebody that has a huge health issue that wouldn't have disclosed all of that in front of 10 people. So
yeah,
all events are good events, even one-on-ones. So right. Go have them.
I agree.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, I wish you guys the best of success.
Thank you. And thank you so much for your time. I appreciate
welcome.
it. I know you're a busy lady, but I just love talking to you, and you make it so simple. I love it. Thank you.
It's pretty simple, you guys. Don't get caught up in all of this creative stew, the soup of you need all this stuff. You don't, you know. And I will tell you one more thing. My Juice Plus presentation is pretty simple too. And I have that little, I don't even have it on me upstairs. The little brochure that you open it up and it has all the fruits and vegetables. Mm-hmm. This is what Juice Plus is. When's the last time you ate all of this in one day? What do you think would happen if you did? Okay. It's fruits and vegetables. Here's what we know happens in the body for people that eat Juice Plus. Has all the research results. If you want those results, you'll eat Juice Plus. Are you ready to get started?
That's awesome.
Here's what it is, you guys. I mean, simple.
Yes, I love it.
Of course, I know now kind of why they're meeting with me. Like find out, like, you know, if you could change something in your health, what would it be and why? And I bet you know some other people that also, you know, have kids that aren't eating enough fruits and vegetables, you know, so, and then would you be willing to be a resource to those moms?
That's great.
Yeah.
Love it.
Okay.
Thank
All
you.
right. Well, you guys have a beautiful day.
You too. Thanks,
too.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, I will send you the recording.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
I appreciate you too. Mwah. I love you.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.